What are the overarching themes, energies, circumstances coming up for Taurus in September 2025? Ugh. Of course, they wanted to go flying. Yes, so you have discovery. All right, discovery. So there may be something coming to your conscious awareness, okay? Something that you've been looking for, something you've been intent on finding, okay? And you're finding it. So this could be something that you've wanted in terms of like something tangible, or this could be something in terms of information, okay? So it's not always that it is a tangible thing. It could be information, insight, but it could be something physical, okay? Something you've been looking for that you feel like you're finally gaining, okay, in the month of September. Very nice. All right. But it's obviously something meaningful for you as well, okay? Because like I say, you've been looking for this. You've been searching, and then you get it, okay? So tell me about this energy for Taurus placements. 9 of Swords. Yeah. So you may have actually been having some restless nights. Maybe because it's been something that has weighed heavy on your heart or been a pressing matter for you, right? It's something that you've been really wanting to get to the bottom of, or something you really hoped that you'd be able to discover, or perhaps even rediscover, right? Something that was once lost, found again. But it's obviously something, yes, it definitely is something that matters a great deal to you, that's for sure. You know? Almost like something you don't feel like you could live without, or something you don't want to live without. Tell me more. 6 of Cups. Yeah, something sentimental. I thought it must be, right? Because it wouldn't mean so much to you like this if it wasn't. So it could be something that's directly connected to your past, right? The past. It could be something that is holding a lot of history, a lot of meaning, right? Maybe it's been passed down from generation to generation like an heirloom. Maybe it's something antique. Maybe it's something very symbolic, okay? But it definitely has a lot of meaning and value. But it's also something heavily connected to the past. Like I say, this could be something that's generational. Or something not easily found, easily discovered, right? Easily accessible in this day and age. Wow. Tell me more for Taurus. A rarity, a rare item indeed, right? Ace of Pentacles. So again, for some of you guys, it could literally be like a family heirloom. For others, this could be like you know, feel like the find of the century for you, right? So it literally could be something tangible, not something you readily find easily, okay? A rare item, a rare artifact, right? It could even have immense value because of how rare it is. So not only does it have potentially sentimental value, but it could have monetary value as well, okay? And again, this could even be something that you've lost, that you're rediscovering or finding again, right? Or something that's being passed to you, handed down to you, maybe even left to you, okay? Wow, but it has a lot of value across the board, okay, in many different ways. Yeah. So it's something you're going to cherish for sure, but something that, again, it's like, I feel like there is some kind of deeper meaning behind it, right? Or maybe you do some research about it and you discover all this information. That could be where the information side of it comes in, right? When you look into certain aspects of it deeper. But I just feel like it just offers you so much. That's why it's been so important to you. That's why it's weighed so heavy on you, right? Because it's something that it almost like fills a void, or feels like that missing piece of you. Wow. So it definitely feels like it could be linked to your ancestry or to your family lineage, bloodline. Something like that. A missing piece of your family history or something. Yeah, 8 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. So you may have like conversations about this with certain relatives. Okay. But what maybe you'll do with it, or what this has kind of helped you to discover or find out. There may even be conversation about what you should do with it. Maybe some people are trying to convince you to sell it, right? This is something you can sell, okay? So you can put it to use, like put those assets towards something. But you may not want to do that because, like I say, this is something very meaningful for you. With the death card here, this could even be associated with a person and a person's passing. Like I say, the passing of an heirloom, right? So you may not want to do that, even though it has a lot of potentially monetary value. It has even more sentimental value, so you may not want to release it, okay? You might want to keep a hold of it because of what it symbolizes for you. But it'll definitely either way be a sign that things are fundamentally changing. That as much as there is a lot of memory, there is a lot of sentiment, there is a lot of past energy attached to it, things will never be the same, okay? With that death card, things are forever changed. But this is the new phase. It's getting a new lease of life by being in your possession, right? So, I don't know. I mean, this feels very specific, but obviously there are some Tauruses out there that are possibly receiving something that may be a sign of like the passing of the torch, right? So especially if you had a loved one that passed on, or a loved one who feels like it's time to prepare you for the next phase, right? To be the one who's like the next torch bearer, or the one to take on board some kind of responsibility, or to be a caretaker of something very valuable, something like that. It could be involving a legacy, right? But whatever it is, you know, it's time. It's time for you to receive it, okay? And so in the month of September, you might very well receive this item, okay? And again, it could even be something that is connected to a greater whole, a larger whole, but it's a symbol for that, right? But whatever it is, it has a lot of value and a lot of meaning, okay? So that's really nice, Taurus, okay? So just know that it's time, okay? It's your time to fulfill this role, this position, okay? To be a part of this legacy, whatever it is. So, beautiful energy for you. Let's get some parting advice before we end the message. Any parting advice for Taurus placements? Yeah, you have the Magician, Judgment, and the Justice card. Yeah. It's just the right time. Everything is aligned for this to take shape, right? It's like you're being chosen specifically to bear this torch, right? A decision was made, and you were appointed the one to bear this position, bear this item, right? Bear the responsibility that may come with it as well. All right, but I do feel like this is something that you've been wanting, something you've been looking for, something you've been hoping for, or something you've been wanting to get more insight on, and now you're receiving it. So it feels inevitable. It really does, right? But again, there is you accepting it. So you've been doing your digging, trying to find out, and now you're getting your answers. And more than that, you're getting direct confirmation that it's time for you to be a part of this legacy. Amazing. So, Taurus, big themes ahead, big times ahead, okay? Big changes ahead. But I hope that does help. Wow.